Hiei, a warrior supremely dedicated to her work, needs to learn what her hobby is. Also, I will say I am very bad at speaking out loud. Hang on, everyone, we're just getting started. How are you doing on your end, Hiei? I'm fine. Are you sure? You look a little stressed. You're usually pretty stoic. I just feel a little exposed without my swords. Oh, you forgot them when we started out here. I didn't have a choice. They were scratched in the last battle, so I put them in for repairs. Don't worry, they'll be ready for the next fight. I know, but I don't like being away from them. I think this is a good exercise to work around your usual crutches. Swords aren't the only weapons in your repertoire. I'm confident that you make do. Yeah, I'll do all 25 in a single sit. So it shouldn't be that long. It should be like 20 minutes. And all you'll overcome this challenge like you always do. You give me too much credit. Nevertheless, I always strive to go stronger in the service to the Emperor. I cannot allow a minor triviality to dissuade me. Sorry I was a little depressed. It is unbecoming of a soldier. It's okay, Hiei. It's normal to get caught up on the little things now and then. Anyway, I'm ready to fight some more. The Funiguri will not get past us. These Funiguri will suffer a great defeat today. Now I'll teach you a lesson. I hope anyway. Good job, everyone, especially you, Hiei. I just did what was necessary for us to succeed, nothing more. Still, I got the feeling you'll get a few drinks on the house for your workout here today. Actually, I was planning to absent myself from the celebration. Why? There's plenty of good food and drink. That's part of the issue. I have no interest in eating. You don't? I thought that hunger was pretty natural for all of us. I feel the need for consumption, true. However, for me, it's simply raw material to keep me alive, nothing more. I receive sufficient energy through regular uptake. You don't have any favorite foods? Well, I enjoy a good cup of tea now and then, but I'm working to wean myself off such temptation. Alright, random dog invasion. But I'm working to wean myself off such temptations. You say it like it's a bad thing. It can be more fun to enjoy things you like. Even if it doesn't have the direct use, a meal is still a good way to connect with other people. Well, how about we make the den now? Come on. It's not simply the act of enjoying yourself, but rather the temptation to continue to do so over and over. Let's just leave aside the drinks and foods. We can still attend the party. I suppose. Come on, I'll buy his drinks. Huh? Thought you said you weren't going to have any. I said I was going to working to wean myself off them. Until then, I'll have a few when I feel like it. Whatever you say. Hey, where are you? I'm over here. Did you want me for something? Not really. I was going to ask if you want to do anything on your spare time. But I see that you were busy. quite right, but you're a little off. This is my free time right now. It is? You seem to be doing the same thing you always do when you're on duty. And your point would be? Well, I'm just not sure. It's really free time when you make it into a chore. I consider every action I take to be appropriate duty to uphold. I'm not getting through. Well, if it's what makes you happy, I understand. I'm just worried that you're not giving yourself the usual any time to relax. We can't get everything done each day, so it's fine to let a few things slide as a reward. Yeah. Arigato. Many people don't understand that I genuinely enjoy a continual challenge. Sorry to bother you. That's okay. Now, if you excuse me, I'll get back to my work. I mean, take my break. Mind if I join you? Are you sure? My regiment is rather tough for the unprepared. I am just spending my free time with someone else who is on break, right? I suppose so, but our rest is over. The Funieri are approaching. EA. Yes? I just want to let you know that we're approaching our deployment zone. Ah, I thought that might be the case. I better get up on deck then. We're not quite there yet, so don't rush. You need to get suited up after all. Actually, I'm fine fighting like I am now. Are you sure? Some armor would help protect you better. It also makes me more likely to get me from yeah. It also makes it more likely for me to get hit to start with. This way, I can battle more fluidly than I'm used to. I'm just worried you might get hurt. Might be a good idea to acclimate yourself to wearing armor in case it's ever necessary. If it works for you, that's alright. Arigato. I feel freer and stronger with the wind brushing against me. Okay, so the armor's out. Have you been enjoying anything else you need right now? Swords? Yes, I have everything. Let's go. And just in time. Here they come. Okay, let's carry on. What are you doing here? I'm gazing up at the clouds as they drift by. Isn't that a little boring? Not at all. I watch them very carefully. I want to make sure I notice the important signs they convey after all. Like what? Like, well, rain? I meant spiritually. There's always something if you look hard enough. Even in random clouds? Why not? All part of life is connected, so surely enough, everything has meaning in this world. The issue I see is determining which meaning is correct. A lot of it can vary depending on your point of view. This means a lot to you, doesn't it? If everything has meaning, what specifically focuses on the clouds? It does. I want to reach greater understanding and find fulfillment. Fulfillment of what? I've yet to figure that out. So what can you tell from the clouds, Hiei? Something bad will happen to someone. That's not good, especially with these Morganas approaching. On the other hand, it could be something bad about what's happening to that's this tongue-tied. On the other hand, it could be that something bad is about to happen to the yokai. Chapter 7. This rain is getting annoying. Looks like it will not stop for a while. Ow, now it's turning to hail. Ouch. Better get inside then. You can rest up by a heater. What about you? Oh, I'll just keep my post out here. It's even worse for you without your armor. I'm fine, you don't need to trouble yourself. Are you so nonchalant about this? I expect you to be happy about this. I'm not. But it's happening, there's nothing we can do about it but live with it. Guessing you're not one to complain. It's okay to come in since it's so bad, I won't think any less of you. Nah. Come in. Yes, but if something were to go wrong, I would regret having slackened. Whether I had permission or not is irrelevant. I refuse to falter in my duties. Anyway, at least it's back to rain. So you'll just get hypothermia instead of being battered. I'm fine, you don't need to worry about it. Still, use this. An umbrella? You might as well take the necessary equipment for your challenge, right? Right, although it can be superfluous, the weather can come and go, and I can accept what comes. First time I've heard the alarm this story. No chance to rest when the Morgana burst out of the blue. Chapter 8. Ayasha. Oh, watch out with those weapons. You almost cut me in half. Don't worry, I sensed that I would miss you by 2 full centimeters. Easy for you to say. You're really good with those swords, aren't you? Decent at least. I spent my life perfecting the art, finding the best way to cut and block and strike. The road is long, though. Don't worry, I'm sure you'll master it eventually. Don't say that. Why not? Perfection is but an illusion of chaos. The first step to understanding the art is to acknowledge one's own mortality. How will we know if nothing can be perfected if we didn't try? Still, I know that you'll be able to, at the very least, short of perfection in the end. I believe in you. Even knowing that you continue to push us a forward way. A clever riddler you are. I should test you in Cone at some point. Well, do you think I could learn from you? I'm always willing to teach others the art. Don't get your hopes up. It will take a while for you to be more than decent with the sword. Given how you describe yourself as decent, I'm not too worried. Funny. We'll see if you have the same opinion after the first round of training. For now, we need to get some target practice in. And look, we have some volunteer targets going right now. Seems as though I'm getting more than enough target practice today, Captain. Good work, everyone. We're almost done. What was that explosion? A Funiyeri that had a new trick up their sleeve. A good third of the fleet is now on fire. Damn, and we were so close to winning. Don't worry, the Funiyeri didn't get the last laugh before we got them all wet. Right now I need to get all the injured to safety. How are you doing? I'm fine, just a little shaken. What about you? Nothing to worry about on my end. Those burn marks say otherwise. Just minor damage. Nothing like nothing like Nobunaga's brand. I'll tell you that much. Besides, the fleet needs me in the recovery efforts. Are you sure you can get assistance as well? Sure. There's no time for me to rest or even cry out in pain right now. Every moment we pause is time running out for others. You don't seem to be too disturbed by fire. I'm surprised you aren't more eager to chase down the remaining Morgana for a good fight. Let's work together to get out of this mess. Of course, I tend to fight alone, but together we can truly make a difference. I'm just glad you're okay. Show some concern for yourself as well, but thanks for helping me out. It was my duty and honor to do so. I guess we'll have to postpone our party for now. For a moment, let us focus on reaching out to the others. Maybe later we can share a small cup of tea. What's the matter, Hiei? You're pacing back and forth all over the place. I'm not worried about anything. If I was, I would be going clockwise and not counter. Even so, keeping an eye out. You keep eyeing the water uneasily. What's wrong? It's just, with this weather, I'm worried about the UBs. You think there's a sub in the area? And they wouldn't hesitate to shoot their ally. Not G-boats. I mean Mbuzis, sea yokai. You're all worked up about sea monsters of all things. They are a serious threat to fishermen who sail too far out. And even with everything going on, the spirits are probably restless. Calm down, there's no need to panic. I'm not panicking, I'm simply taking the necessary precautions. I'm not sure making sailing sealing tags and cutting lids off barrels is the right sort of precaution. You never know. Could give me a hand with this, please? Maybe okay, we'll focus on the Morgana instead of us. Is there anything else we can do about these Umbozis? Bozu? You shouldn't worry about these things that may not even exist. You may be right. Work often simulates nature's wrath, and the Funayuri haven't exactly been the most charitable towards the environment they visited. Okay, I'll leave you to your work, but I really think you're getting worked up over nothing. I rest my case. Those Morganas, not Umbozu. One aquatic yokai, another a sea yokai. Not much difference in any case, I'm ready for a fight. Chapter 11. What are you writing there, Hiei? I'm sending a report on our work back to Tokyo for the Emperor. Ah, I see you was really be keeping them up to date. I saw you making another report just the other day. It's important that they know the progress we are making so they can plan our larger strategy accordingly. They must be proud of all the work you're doing out here. I have received some praise, true, but I focus on the facts of the engagement. I am but a cog in a much larger network of soldiers. Still, you seem to send messages after every battle. Isn't that a little over the top? I guess. I don't want to make them as happy as I can. You must really love your country. I do. They've looked after me for They have looked after me for so long, even when I'm supposed to have been dismantled. They continue to help me grow stronger. I am honored to serve and die for the homeland. Just don't get too fatalistic. They can also use you after the war. What do you think about some of the incidents that have become notorious? It's good to see you get on along with your home country. Like the ones in China, they're dishonorable. But those are just individual incidents. I still keep the code of the samurai and monk. Anyway, you might want to hold off of writing and sending that message. Why? They'll want the full update. So give them a complete update, including these next Morganas. Oh, that makes sense. For the Radiant Emperor. Chapter 12. Getting there. Ready for training, Kanjio? Ready as I'll ever be. We're starting out with practice swords? Invisible swords, to be more exact. We can wait on giving you weapons until a later point. Huh? What am I supposed to do with fighting without a weapon? Your body itself is a weapon. I prefer to hold a sword true, but unarmed combat is also vital. And we're doing that first? Of course. In the heat of battle, in the case you lose your weapon, your body is the last line of defense. That makes sense. That only makes things any easier. That would be the point. What would be the point if it were easy? Never mind. So, are you ready to begin? Get ready to defend yourself. Cool, he's gonna kick our ass. Shouldn't we go over the basics of fighting before I actually fight? I guess the same goes for you. It's your shit body that counts in the most in the fight. Okay, I'm ready. Don't hurt me badly, please. Don't worry. Since I won't be using my sword, there'll only be minor bruises, I think. That's not so reassuring here. Here I come. Look behind you. A little trick, but I have to commend you. A few people remember to use their wits as a weapon in unarmed martial fighting. No, really, look over there. I see you're better arm yourself, Kanjio. We're in for a long fight this time. Chapter 13. Yay. Oh, I'm sorry. It's okay, I'm almost finished meditating anyway. Enjoying it? Must be rather relaxing. That's one way to look at it. It also requires strict discipline to be effective. What are you trying to achieve with it? In the short run, it serves to focus my mind during battle. That makes sense. In the long run, I wish to become one with the truth of the world and find absolution. More of this letting go business. Exactly. The world we live in is an imperfect illusion. As long as we anchor ourselves to it, we will never reach the true void. Exactly. Reach for the void, people. Doesn't tension get in the way of meditation, though? I don't like this world as it is. Meditation sounds pretty complicated. It's actually rather simple. Just be yourself and open your heart to enlightenment. You make it sound so easy. Anyway, I realized that we should add meditation to your training measurement. That sounds good. The tricky part is finding a place where we won't get distracted. You have a good point. It's tough to find anywhere on board that doesn't have someone scurrying by now and then. Yeah, that's leaving aside the Morgana like now. Chapter 14. EA, we need to talk. Can it wait? I'm kind of busy with training work out here. Then I want to check our supplies. That's what I wanted to talk to you about. Remember how we talked a while back about you using your free time? I do. I explained that I take my time off doing what I like, which is being helpful. I know, the thing is, are you relaxing when you are in your free time? Well, I find it rather therapeutic. Yeah, when I asked if meditation was good for relaxation, you focus on work on the work side of things. So what do you want me to do? I don't know. Just something else, something new to occupy your time. Some kind of hobby. But everyone is counting on me to do my best. Can't afford to let my guard down. Think of it as time to stop and smell the flowers of life. I'm mostly worried that you're doing everything for other people and not for yourself. It's okay to be selfish now and then. I want you to have something else that can make you happy after the war ends. I'll be okay. I did okay after the last war, still, I wonder. I'm kind of torn on this. Look, the use of breaks is meant to give you separation from your work. If you treat them as the same, I'm worried of the psychological effects. What can I do? Who knows, that's up to you. Maybe try something unusual, something that you just do because it sounds like fun. I'll have to think about that. For now, let's get back to work. Yeah, these Morganas never give us a break. Yeah, the comp's randomized, but we had a crash mid-battle, which booted me out. So I thought it was the one that literally just keeps booting you out of story. Fortunately, it's not. Hiei. Hi, Kancho. Do you know why there are trees in the middle of the deck? She's not doing bonsai, is she? I was just following up on your suggestion. Wait, what? She's gonna be worse than Eddie. You see, I've always wished to hike through the forest of Mount Hiei in Japan. In general, I thought replicating it here would be... But I thought it would be a little over the top. You think? But then you suggested, and I just go with my gut to have fun. I said to actually go through with the idea. I'm a little worried about them getting in the way. I know, but could you please honor one selfish request? Do you think the trees will be okay out here? Well, I said you should get a heartbeat, so no harm done. Got to see you're trying something new, even if it's a little outrageous. So, has TA grown trees on the deck? Is she like a forest chip now? Has she accumulated green mana? Arigato, I'm happy about this. Okay, you can keep them. Great, now let's get on with our hike. Our hike? It'll be good exercise for you. I thought this was free time. It is for me. As for you, I need you to go through some regimen, through the regimen first. Alright, let's go, but first let's make sure these Morganas don't get in the way of any don't get any breaks. Get chapter 16. Eek! What's wrong here? Are we under attack? There's a rat in here, see? Oh yeah, big fella. Huh. Don't just stand there, we need to attack him before it's too late. Attack! Attack! Okay, take it easy. Screw it out the door, it makes you feel any better. Didn't go after the bugs, did it? No. You were terrified that the rodent would turn into bookworms. I've just always been a little wary of rats ever since I heard the story of Tesso. Tesso? In life, he was a Buddhist monk that prayed for the emperor to have a son, but he was betrayed by our temple in Mount Hiei and turned into a monster. A rat, I take it. Exactly. He was stopped before he reached the mountain, but they say his spirit still lives on seeking revenge. I don't think book-eating monster is too high on our danger list. Don't worry, the giver will teach that monster not to mess with us. Guess your home temple is not so perfect then. More is at risk than simply the library. He also cursed multiple people. Having it aboard is a bad omen. Given how they tend to spread disease, you might be right. Well, I'm pretty sure that rat was not your Tessa. That's good, or it might have pulled a grudge. Save your concerns for the enemy that matter, like the Morganas, for instance. I knew that creature was bad luck. Chapter 17? First trees now flowers. You're practically making the ship into a garden. Don't worry, it won't get to that point. I prefer giving the ships more rugged feel, like the other wild fields in the mountains. That fails to reassure me. These are lotuses, right? Hi. Just a little tribute to Enryakuji Monastery. That's the Buddhist sect in your mountain, right? Hi. To be more precise, they are of the Tendai sect. Interesting. What sets them apart from the rest? Our determination not to be separated. Huh. You have to be a little clearer. Our philosophy is that all philosophies are part of the same way of the Buddha. We simply have to accept to find the links that tie us together. That's pretty interesting. It must be great for traveling around the world then. You get to see all sorts of new places and learn new things. Indeed, I have. I am starting to assemble a library for the teachings I have gathered along the way. Nowhere as grand as the one in the mountains, of course, but still a humble gesture. Does the tolerance extend to everything beyond the Buddha or only certain things? What does the lotus represent? For someone who says that everything is connected, you seem to like disconnecting yourself. It symbolizes the Lotus Sutra. But there's a lot of different angles of symbolism, like our faith. Well, I'll leave you to your gardening then. Actually, I was going to meditate. It helps me get ready for the looming battles. Good thing, because here comes one now. Hey, where are you? I'm in here if you need me. Sorry to bother you, I just wanted to go over our tactics. Is that a painting? It'll be when I'm finished with it. Why do you ask? No reason, I was just a little surprised. I didn't know you were interested in art. A little. I'm trying on impressionist style. Isn't that French, though? Hi, but few Frenchmen have sitting down on the mountains during the peacetime, so I became a little curious. How's the painting coming along, in your opinion? Guessing that's supposed to be Hiei's line, not mine. That might be a bug. Hi, it's a mix of realism and abstractness. It's what attached me to the style. So you're happy doing this, right? Hi, it does relax me now and then. Good. I'm happy that you're finding ways to relax during your free time. Well, I still get kind of anxious not having any work to do. Don't worry, that dilemma is going to be solved for you just in a minute. Do I smell something cooking in here? Oh, Kanjo, I was preparing some food for the troops. What are you making? Tofu. It's a traditional course back in Kyoto. and on the mountains. Of all the monks, I can see why. But I have to ask you something. Yes? Is that pot supposed to be smoking like that? Oh no, it's burning. Well, practice makes perfect. So this is why I prefer to stick with the soldiers' work. At least then I know what I'm doing. The food isn't that burnt. We can still have it. Still, it was brave of you to try, even when you weren't sure how to do it right. Makes it more important for you to learn these things. Hi. I need to always move forward and never surrender. Maybe I'll make a new style with the burnt food. Suits my style. Well, if it works for you. So, want to try some? I'll have to pass for now. We have more garners to tenderize. That's why we learn to hate the devs. Especially Sin's voice actor. We got that one. This is good training. Good work out there. We're almost done with this batch and here and then. Not more. This one looks especially powerful. Be on guard. Too bad these things never accept surrender. I would never give up. I would never give up either way. And there is a threat to the world, a warrior must never falter in destroying it. That sounds brutal when you say it like that. Death is part of life's cycle. There must be destruction for life to continue. I see, your philosophy suits you as a soldier. It does help me prepare for the ends, and I know that I live or die, I will contribute to the growth of the world, however little. No philosophy though, right now we need to get out of this mess. You're exactly right. What are your orders, Kancho? Team up with the ships, coordinate assault, hit them from long range, close in on them so you can show the true power of a samurai. I was hoping you would say that. My swords and fists pulse with anticipation. Enough talk, there's no time to waste. Move out. You heard the Kancho, let us fight and die in pure snow and spring mountains. More than that, let's fight to live on another day. Yep. Chapter 21. Oh, this one's a beauty. What are you looking at here? Oh, nothing important. I see. These chopsticks you were planning to have lunch. You know I had hurried, eating unnecessarily. In that case, what are they for? I was collecting them. Huh? I find the simplest statistics to put a pair of these beautiful. I've started making a collection of them. That's interesting. It's kind of silly, isn't it? But it's something unique that I enjoy as long as I don't waste too much time with it. I heard that if you separate a pair perfectly, good luck will come to you. I didn't know there was such a difference between individual chopsticks. Isn't it kind of difficult to look after them? I know. That's what led me to gather them in the beginning. Now, though, I can't bear to potentially damage them. If you save all the chopsticks, though, how do you eat? I know how to use a knife and fork like Westerners do, so I've made do. Well, I find any interesting chopsticks, I'll be sure to inform you. Please do. For now, let's add a couple more ships to our collection of destroyed Morganas. Chapter 22. Hey, what's with this old wooden dirt? More gardening? This? Ah. It's just something horticultural work I have planned. Ah, what are you growing now? Fungi. Mushrooms? That makes sense. I've been told that wild mushrooms in Japan are very tasty. Aye, the mountain ones certainly are. Though I'm growing more than just those kinds of mushrooms. What do you mean? I'm trying to set up a condition to various forms of fungi in general. They will give the ship an earthly feeling. Earthier is one word for it. Don't worry, everything will be fine. Just be careful which ones you try to eat, okay? I'm not certain someone would take a bite by accident. Guessing it makes for a unique decor. Just as long as you know which ones are safe. That way we can have an emergency supply. I honestly would love for more of a background art rendition of the ship. I know it's not so much for them to do because beta, because even subs have this kind of background. But he ain't now being like a druid ship. It would be interesting. Fan artists get on that. Good point. I forgot that the world is full of fools and inconsiderate oafs who just eat anything without permission. Okay, you can grow the mushrooms on and the other stuff. There's no way I can say no to that smile. Arigato. Just feels more and more like home here. Let's do our best to keep it safe then. As always, I fight to the end. See that you're reading the newspaper here. Mind if I borrow it when you're finished, please? Of course. There'll be a little wrinkle by that point, though. Hey, why are you crumpling it up like that? For this? Ha! Ow, that hurt. I have a little bit of paper bruise me like that. It's a matter of spiritual strength. And that is the next lesson of your training. Do you think I'll be able to master it? A nun with no combat experience was able to fend off an attacker with such a manner. I have my full confidence in you. Okay, but a little bit of instruction would help. I'm afraid, lad, I cannot help you there. It is the heart sword and the heart are instinctual different. I just expect me to get anywhere there. Even when strength and the paper will a paper sword make a difference in battle? I will meditate and surely find the answer to this challenge. Good, do so, and you will learn to know yourself and the world. Couldn't you have waited until I got the chance to read the newspaper myself, though? I apologize for the rudeness, but I needed to test your reflexes. Of course, but let me read the next one before you do something like that, okay? I promise. Thanks. I wonder what the news will be in the next issue. The next headline will feature the sinking of more Funiyoki. I know it. Ichi-ni-san, Ichi-ni-san. Ichi-ni-san. Are you alright, Hiei? I'm fine, I'm just going for a hike around the ship. Just a little concerned since your overall pattern was clockwise, which you said was a bad. I was. I didn't notice that since you were covering full length of the ship. Well, if you didn't notice, I guess it's nothing. No, it must be a sign of trouble to come. Maybe you're looking at things too hard. Relax a little. But I need to focus if I want to fill my role as a sword for my country. You're more than a sword, Hiei. You don't need to be so hard on yourself. But I cannot allow myself to fail. If I cannot protect Japan, my declaration of duty will be unforgivable. Who won't forgive you? Ah, if I forgave such sins, how will I ever find meaning? Sometimes you try so hard that you miss what you're looking for. What if your destiny isn't necessary for a battlefield, at least not entirely? I forgive you. Can't you forgive yourself as well? You might be right. Sometimes I get caught up on things. I forget that I forget to appreciate life for better or for worse. Anyway, mind if I walk with you? It might help calm you down. Arigato, can't you? Don't mention it. What are friends for? Hope you can find happiness whatever way works best for you. So do I. Well, if you want to find use as a soldier, you won't have to look far. The Morganas are swarming like sharks for the kill. We appear to be turning them back. Let us fight fiercely until the end. Good, we made it through another gauntlet of Morganas. How are you doing here? Me? I'm fine, I'm just thinking about things. Okay, if you need anything, I'm here. Actually, can we talk? Sure, go right ahead. I'm here for you. Arigato. It's just, I've been contemplating the path I want in life, and for now, I'm not entirely sure. I thought that might be something what's bothering you. So where do you want to go with things? I want to break free from attachments and find enlightenment, but I've realized that in the process, I may have become fixated on other things. That's where I need you. Me? Hi. I've always found it hard to connect with people, both in battle and outside, partially my choice. But I think working with you, I can understand the world better. Can you help me? Comrade. Comrade with Hiei. There is only one bell I'm doing romance with.